Okay, let's give you guys some more practice. So similar to the previous video, you're given a graph and you're told that y is directly proportional to x to the power of n, where n must be a 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, or minus 3. It must be one of these. It can't be anything else. And also you're given 2 points. This point here, where this is your value of x, this is your value of y. And this one here turns out to be very useful. Okay, and also you're given this point here. So when you're told that y is proportional to x to the power of n, you can jump to this: y equals k x to the power of n. Basically, find out the value of k and find out the value of n. Okay, so yeah, so press pause and have a go. Okay, so to do this here, when you're given this here, you can jump to y equals k x to the power of n, and your job is to find out k and find out n. Okay, so here, well, let's take this point here. This point here, this is your x and this is your y. So put the 1 into the x here and put the 2 into the y here. So it becomes this: 2 equals k 1 to the power of n. Now we don't know what n is. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter what n is. If wait there. Before we start, we should have noticed that n cannot be any of the negatives, because the minute you have this y, hang on, the minute you have y is proportional to uh, to x to the power of let's say 1 minus 1, then that can be written as this: y is inversely proportional. Well, it can be written as this. Okay, and then the minute you get this here, you can jump to y equals k over x. You see, well, y equals k over x, you're going to get a reciprocal graph like this. And if you look at this graph, it's either, it cannot be 1 either, because 1 would mean that a graph of y, x here, 1 would mean it's a straight line like this. Because, yeah, if you put 1 in there, and it can't be any of the negatives. Any of the negatives will give you a graph like this, some sort of reciprocal graph. So it must be a 2 or a 3. Okay, it must be a 2 or a 3. So let me just clear this and let's do it again. So here, x to the power of n, where we narrowed it down to x being a 1, a 2 or a 3. Sorry, where n must be a 2 or a 3. Okay, and then we use this point here. So so we remember y is 2, so we put it into the y, and x is 1, so we put the 1 into the x, so it becomes this. Now it must be a 2 or a 3. It cannot be any of these. It cannot be any of the others. So here, now here's the thing. It doesn't matter. Looking at this thing here, it doesn't matter if you put a 2 into the n, because 1 squared is still 1. Now it doesn't matter if you put a 3 into the n, because 1 to the power of 3 is still 1. So this thing here, it doesn't matter what it is for the time being. But this thing here will ineffectually be 1. Okay, so we can pretty much hang on. We can pretty much forget about this. So we know that k is 2. So now we know that k is 2. So we can hang on. We can hang on. Well, anyway, we know k is 2 now. So we know what y. Hang on. So we know y equals 2x to the power of n. Okay. Now we can use this point here now. I'm just going to use this. I'm going to write it as 0.5. I'm going to write it as a half, and this thing here I'm going to write it as a quarter. Okay. So now y is a quarter, x is a half. So let's put that into this equation here to try and find out n now. So y is a quarter, x is a half. Okay, x is a half. So let's put this into here. to the power of n. We don't know what n is yet. We're trying to figure that out. So, so at the moment you've got this. You've got a quarter, 2 times x. Well, you got this here to the power of n. So let's so at the moment you've got this thing multiplying with this thing here. So divide both sides by 2. So this will become 1 over 8. 1 over 8, and you've got a half to the power of n. Now it's just a matter of working out what n is. So now now you got to try and find out the value of n. So let's say n is 2. That means you got hang on, 8 here. Let's say n is 2. It will be a half times a half. Well, this thing here, if n is 2, you're saying get it and times it by itself twice. So get it times by itself twice will be this. Will this give you an 8? No, it wouldn't, because top times top. Well, this here would be, this bit here would be 1 over 4. So n cannot be that. Let's try 3. So hang on, 1 over 8. Let's try 3. So so when n is 3, it would be a half times a half times a half. That does indeed give you 1 over 8. So you know n must be a 3. Okay, so n must be a 3. So overall your equation, well, here you know that n must equals 3. So going back to our original equation here, we know the value of k, which was 2, and now we know n to be n is 3. So you can put the 3 into here. So overall our answer is y equals 2 x to the power of 3. So this is our answer here. Okay, and by the way, when you're here, when you are here, you could now you could use log. So what you do is you when you, doesn't matter if you don't understand this bit. If you're trying to find out an index, what you do, you take the log of both sides. So this n will go in front. Okay, so when you are here, take the log of both sides. So log 1 over 8 equals, when you log this side, the n goes in front. So it will be n log a half. Now it doesn't matter if you don't understand this. Just follow it through. This is for when you're older. It doesn't matter if you don't understand it now. So if you want to know n, divide. So at the moment you've got this bubble multiplying with this bubble here. So divide both sides by this bubble here. So you have log log 1 over 8 divided by log 1 over 2, and then that will give you n. Okay, which this thing here should be 3. Okay, but it doesn't matter if you don't worry about this log thing. This log thing is for when you're older. But overall, our answer is this thing here: y equals 2 x to the power of 3. Okay.